August 26, 2025, Taylor Swift made an announcement on Instagram, and it said, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married." And so who's the gym teacher? Travis Kelce. It's only been 2 years of dating, and these two are officially getting married. But not everybody is happy about it.
Listen, I am so happy for Taylor Swift and her engagement. She deserves love. All the heartbreak and breakups she's been through over the past decades, she deserves her fairy tale ending.
Now, this lady starts off by, pretty much aligning with the past of Taylor Swift, at least her dating history. It has been quite tumultuous, according to her. And she believes that Taylor Swift deserves love. But wait for it.
But Travis fucking Kelce, I'm side-eyeing him. You know what I mean? Because his dating history, what do you mean? You've dated nothing but women of color and black women, and then somehow you switched up your persona and now you're engaged to Taylor Swift. Something is not sitting right with me and that man. Happy for Taylor Swift though, but Travis Kelce, he doesn't seem like a sincere person.
Now there's some shade towards Travis Kelce because the last 3 relationships that he had prior to Taylor Swift were with non-white women, with the last one being with Kayla Nicole. In other words, we're happy that Taylor Swift has found love, but we're upset because Travis Kelce was dealing with black women in the last 3 relationships. Was he just using black women the whole entire time, knowing that he wanted to go to white women? And now she's saying that she doesn't trust him. And to be fair, that's what she's insinuating. You were using black women for just fun and games or for just sex, but when it came time to really marry somebody, you went and married the white lady. And she's not the only black woman that's hating.
Most men are not going to marry someone that they're going to be happy with. They're going to marry the person that makes the most sense. Taylor Swift makes the most sense for Travis Kelce to marry. Because we all know, based off Travis Kelce's history, if he were to marry the woman that he would be happy with, he would have married a black woman.
Now this lady is trying to make up another sort of conspiracy theory. You see, Travis Kelce, we already know he don't really like Taylor Swift because the kind of woman that he's really attracted to is black women. Black women are the ones that make him happy. In other words, he's trying to get married for the optics and not because of how he feels. Although he's been with Taylor Swift for 2 years and he never really took Kayla Nicole serious. It makes sense, right?
He's right,
But a lot of people are taking the side of Kayla Nicole. And if you guys remember, Kayla Nicole was his black girlfriend that he was on and off with for 5 years. And for whatever reason, that relationship didn't work out. And many people are saying that, listen, Travis, you should have gave Kayla Nicole a try. You should have been more serious with her. Like, why are you marrying Taylor Swift? And you could even see there are some comments that even talk about that. In the case of this lady, I'm sorry, but Travis Kelce wasted Kayla Nicole's time for 5 years just to get engaged to her within a year. This person says, it's still so wild to me that Travis Kelce is with Taylor Swift. I used to follow Kayla Nicole back in the days when they were together. He's completely rebranded after being with Taylor. But there are some other reasons outside of being black, okay? And if everybody wants to make it a racial thing, we can do that. But outside of being black, there are some other real reasons why Kayla Nicole is not a good partner for Travis Kelce. Fast forward. Kayla Nicole now has a podcast, a solo podcast, which is uncommon these days, but she runs her mouth so much. She loves to hear herself talk. Got him! And recently, she was weighing in on the whole situation with David Justice and Halle Berry. Now, again, David Justice a few weeks ago talked about the reason why he left Halle Berry is because, one of them at least, she wasn't like very domestic. She didn't really cook and she didn't really clean. And him being a guy from the Midwest, from Cincinnati, he just felt like that wasn't very motherly. And so that was one of the reasons why he decided that he didn't want to be with her. Now, David Justice, being a professional baseball player at the time, would still expect certain things from his wife, okay? And just because she's Halle Berry, I mean, he would still want to see those kind of qualities in a woman because his mother was still like that. But then again, Kayla Nicole didn't like this. And here was her response to David Justice.
The whole conversation is about how he's ridiculous for thinking the Halle Berry, the Monsters Ball, the Catwoman, people's sexiest woman of the year. How could he expect the Halle Berry to get in the kitchen and cook when he could take his high yellow ass in there himself, throw on some Fenty Skims, and make Big Mama Halle Berry a sandwich? That's all that I'm saying.
Woo! Basically, she's saying, listen, bro, why don't you go in there and put on some Skims, you be the woman, and then you cook for Big Mama Halle Berry. Again, to refer to a man as a guy who will go into the kitchen and wear leggings is ultimately disrespectful. And if you guys remember, she had a very disrespectful rant towards Cam Newton about something similar. And when it comes to doing just motherly duties or womanly duties, when it comes to taking care of a man, Kayla Nicole is very selfish, all right? She doesn't want to cook. She doesn't want to clean. She will not help you do things if you're not paying her. She said it herself. So again, despite being very pretty, she's not very malleable, all right? And being very beautiful gets you very far in life. But if you're not malleable and if you're not a person that is willing to give your mate what they want, then obviously the richer a guy is, the more he can get rid of you. And again, this is what you want to be. You want to be around successful guys, but you're not willing to give them what they want. And she continues the assault on David Justice.
Be a good mother. No, if she could cook or if she can clean. I don't know, you guys. I just feel like if you still live by this old adage of a woman needs to be able to cook and clean, you should get on TaskRabbit. They got 150,000 women on there that specialize in cooking and cleaning. Hire them. Like, because that's what you want. You want to hire someone. You don't want a partner. You want a slave.
So if you want your wife to cook and clean, you want a slave. Yeah, you know, it's easy for you to go and just hire somebody who can do that. Now, this is interesting because she would want somebody to pay all the bills, take care of her, spend their money on her, and you keep your traditional roles as a man. I've never met a woman who says, you know what, I don't cook and clean, so I don't expect my man to provide. No, you expect the man to do all of those things and more while your duties as a woman are reduced. Got it. And then she continues her assault.
But I think that we need to retire this conversation of, well, can you cook and can you clean? Stop going on first dates asking women that. Why is that the first thing out of your mouth? There are so many other things to concern yourself with than whether or not she has skills in the kitchen.
There's so many other things to worry about than what skills she has in the kitchen. Again, that's to you. And this is one of the reasons why women kind of can sometimes fail in marriage or long-term relationships, because you believe that there are so many other important things to worry about. But for the man who's spending his own money and his investment, what is important to him is important to him. And if he's a man that you want to marry or you want to be in a relationship with, then it's your job to impress him. And there's so many women out there in today's world who believe that whatever they have is good enough for a man and that's all they can give. But ultimately it's not. Like, I wanted to go to Stanford University. I wanted to go to Harvard University, but my grades just were not good enough. So it didn't matter what I wanted to give Harvard or Stanford. If I didn't make the cut, I just did not make the cut. And in the case of women like Kayla Nicole, you want to give a high quality man what you feel that he deserves. And when he says no, you get all upset and butthurt and you go cry around all the podcasts talking about how Travis Kelce is your ex-boyfriend. But wait, there are some other reasons why people feel that Kayla Nicole is really down bad.
Kayla Nicole, I need you to get off these people's podcasts. I need you to come off them. Because every time you're on somebody's podcast, you're acting a fool and you're talking shit. And I'm going to need you to sit down because you're actually becoming a podcast bro. And it's not a good look, sister.
Now, this particular person who doesn't even live in the United States says, listen, Kayla, you need to stop going on podcasts. You're embarrassing yourself, talking about your previous relationships, and even talking about Travis Kelce. In fact, she did go all across the United States talking about Travis Kelce because really nobody cares a lot about Kayla Nicole. Woo! But this is the clip that she's talking about.
Craziest thing you've done in a relationship?
This is one of my, we weren't in the relationship, but this is probably one of my favorite crazy Kayla stories because I don't have that many. But I'm a Scorpio and I have that crazy in me though. You know what I mean? Like it's back there. So I was dating a guy.
Okay.
I was dating a guy and he dumped me through a text message. And he dumped me for this singer/actress who was famous at the time. Dumped me for her. Lied about it for months, then popped out with her. It became like this public thing and it was like, oh my God, we love them. Another like celebrity iconic relationship. And of course, little old me, I'm devastated, I'm heartbroken. I had just moved to New York to like be with this person and move in with them. It was a whole thing.
It's not who y'all think.
Yeah, you guys will not be able to figure this out. Or maybe they will, who cares, it doesn't matter. So he breaks up with me, dumps me, moves on. And for Halloween that year, I dressed up as her.
In this instance, Kayla Nicole went on to Angel Reese's podcast and admitted that she was dumped by Iman Shumpert. She was heartbroken. She didn't say why she was dumped, but it's probably the same reason why Travis Kelce dumped her. And he left her for Tiana Taylor. Now, why did he leave her for Tiana Taylor? Because if you're Iman Shumpert and you're living in New York and women find you attractive and you have a woman who is very limited as to what she wants to give you, it's easy to get rid of her, okay? Now, she got another chance with Travis Kelce, and he was trying to give her the opportunity because he stayed with her for 5 years, but she just couldn't improve until she got dumped again. But look at what she did. After getting dumped, she was so butthurt and so petty, she went and dressed up as Tiana Taylor for Halloween. And that's just goes to show you what kind of person she is psychologically, right? What kind of person would do something like that? And so now when you look and address all of these things and you see exactly like why Kayla Nicole is not married and Travis Kelce is about to marry Taylor Swift, it's because Taylor Swift is 100 times more powerful than Kayla Nicole, has every reason to have the attitude that Kayla Nicole has and doesn't have it. That's why Travis Kelce wants to marry Taylor Swift. Does she have the body Kayla Nicole has? Maybe not. Is Taylor Swift as attractive to Travis Kelce? Maybe not. But it doesn't matter because she's attractive enough. Woo! In today's world, it's about being attractive enough and winning all of the other avenues. Because a guy like Travis Kelce has had enough time to deal with chicks like Kayla Nicole. He's seen all of the booties. He's seen all of the chicks. It's everywhere, okay? What Kayla Nicole has isn't shocking anymore for a guy like Travis Kelce. The reality is, do we get along? Do you want to be with me? Are you invested into this relationship? And do you want to have parity? And I believe that despite Taylor Swift being worth billions of dollars or being worth a whole lot of money, she is willing to put effort into being a wife, into caring about what he wants. And that's a person that has more than Kayla Nicole. and is willing to give more than what Kayla Nicole's willing to give. And it's typically like that. People, when they typically have more, they give more, not just money, more effort. Kayla Nicole doesn't want to give the effort. And so people want to make this a racial thing. Well, if he was with you for 5 years, what that tells me is that he liked you, okay? The reality is, though, you were not a woman strong enough in that 5 years for him to say, this is the one I want to be with the rest of my life. You're the kind of lady that is selfish. And so when you're selfish, you don't get far. You get to be there for a little bit, but not there for a long time. And this is why people went back in the comments and started pretty much talking about the truth about the situation. VIP Cyber Ghost, the difference between Travis Kelce and y'all is that Travis always had the option to get another Kayla Nicole. Y'all don't and would likely put up with her being a terrible person to keep her. Travis doesn't have to. Woo! Dog, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift announced they are engaged. I just know his ex, Kayla Nicole, is on self-deletion watch. Woo! Ladies, always remember, looks are not everything. Attitude and having a great disposition is usually more important. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy Shitty Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. We're out.